Terraria, a game where you die to turtles, fight Lovecraftian horrors, and spend all your money trying to get warding on an accessory.
Just give me mending or warding. Fuck off, Tredayan.
It's also a game that's been around for quite a long time. I originally played it on the Xbox 360, then moved to my PS4, and then finally on computer. And one thing that I've never done is mods. So I'm going to be playing one of Terraria's most popular mods, Calamity, and I'm going to be doing it on Infernum, but True Melee. And with it being True Melee, there's quite a lot of stuff, but that's boring and I don't care for it. So let's crumple that up, put it in the trash, and then I'm only going to end up using the muramasa anyways, because it's really the only weapon I like throughout it. I did try other weapons, but they're not as cool as the Virgil sword, so... I know it's based off of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, but whatever.
This isn't my sword.
Now loading up this first world here, this is the mod list I used. There is like a few quality of life, I think. None of them I really even use besides like magic storage and the starting bag that Calamity gives you. Which I didn't even really use many of the items in it to begin with because of Calamity's early game progression with like its quest book thing. So I loaded up this first world and set it to death mode because I didn't realize Infernum was harder than death mode. Death mode sounded harder. In certain bosses it was, but I got all the way up to Moonlord before I realized maybe Infernum is harder. So I loaded up another character in another world, and this time set it to Infernum. And since I already had completed all the way up to Moonlord on death mode, I knew exactly what I was going to be doing, but this time just an Infernum. After that I went down into the caves to gather gear, heart crystals, ores, to not only complete the quest catalog to get upgrades to the pickaxe that Calamity just gives you, but also find the underground arsenal lab to eventually get the Reaver Shark pre-nerf. And then I went down into Hell to immediately find the arsenal labs that is located in Hell along with the Hellforge. And after finding the arsenal lab, I struggled to get into this door, to get into the chest that contained my muramasa, which started off with superior to it. Fucking finally. Oh shit, superior? I think so. And after coming from Hell, I then went to the right side of my world past the corruption in search of loot and the jungle, to which I found an aglet and a few other things. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. Cloud in a bottle, I think so. I think I'll take that as well. After that, I built an arena for King Slime and the Eye of Cthulhu. Following that, I went into the corruption to craft the crown to summon King Slime, and then summon King Slime and murdered him. And after defeating King Slime, I then head over to the desert and build a small platform and summon the Desert Scourge, which is just an easier eater of worlds. And after killing the Desert Scourge, that's when I unlock the first tier of upgrade for the Muramasa, which is just more damage. We don't actually see anything substantial for an upgrade for quite a while. Following that, I popped a gravitation potion and went up towards the planetoid in the sky to get the materials from there, then also a sky island to harvest it for resources, and kill harpies for feathers. After that, I went over to the snow biome into the underground to look for ice skates, and also the arsenal lab down there. And after that, I fought the Eye of Cthulhu, killed that bastard. And after killing the Eye of Cthulhu, I then have access to the first upgrade that the Muramasa gives you just besides for damage. It gives you access to a dash, so once you get this meter fully charged above your character, you then can do a dash which deals a lot of damage. And after unlocking the dash, I then headed over to the corruption, blew up some shadow orbs, started the Eater of Worlds fight, and also accidentally started the Hive Mind fight, which of course I won because I'm obviously amazing. And after killing the Hive Mind, I then crafted some shadow gear, including a pickaxe, then went to mine some aerial light and crafted the Skyline wings. Then following that, I went down underground to kill Crabulon, and then I had a goblin army appear, so I dealt with that. Then I went down to Hell to mine some Hellstone. After mining some Hellstone, I then made some Molten gear, then went over to Skeletron on the left side of my world to build an arena, then fought Skeletron. And after defeating Skeletron, I got another upgrade to damage and crit chance on the Muramasa, then went down into the dungeon to free the mechanic, and then went over to the jungle to fight the Queen Bee. And after killing the Queen Bee, I went back over to the corruption to kill the slime gods, and then following killing the slime gods, I then crafted the Satagel armor, which gives you a double jump on top of one that you may already have. Following that, I did some last minute preparation before starting the Wall of Flesh fight and going into hard mode. I set up an underground farm area and an above ground farm area in case I needed any items, and crafting the Terra Spark boots. Oh my god, Wall of Flesh kind of looking a little goofy now. Now that the Wall of Flesh is defeated, we are now in hard mode, and with that I have access to the second ability of the Muramasa, which is a slam. By doing the slash, or the first ability enough, and you build the energy in the bottom here, you can then do a slam, which also deals quite a bit of damage. But besides that, I move a Tinker's Workshop into the graveyard to immediately craft a Rotten Brain, and then a Bloody Worm Tooth, followed by a Bloody Worm Scarf. And after crafting the Worm Scarf, I then expand it onto my slum and disregard all the complaints that my NPCs have about people they don't like being next to them. So I just ignore them like any good politician. After that, I went over to the Sulphur Sea on the left side of my world to collect some starfish and other materials to make the seafood to summon the Aquatic Surge, which is the blue eater of worlds. And look, it's a different color. Now, I guess he didn't like being called that, so let's go upgrade. I went to go kill the Wall of Flesh for the Warrior Emblem, or to get a Warrior Emblem, which I ended up getting, and I put Lucky on it. Following that, I went over to the Ice Biome to farm some ice enemies to create the Cryo Key to then fight Cryogen, which is an ice cube. It wasn't too hard, I killed it first try. Just a few more hits. There we go. After Cryogen, I got some hollow blocks to create an underground hollow biome at my mob farm to get the Rotted Discord. 2? Okay. And after killing Cryogen, which gave me another damage boost and crit chance boost to the Muramasa, and also getting the Rotted Discord, I then decided to make some of the mechanical summons and then fight the mechanical bosses, which were easier than I thought. That wasn't too bad. I'm doing a lot more damage than I thought I was. That was easier than I thought. After 2 mech bosses are dead, I now finally have hard mode ores in my world thanks to the Calamity overhaul. So I got all the way up to adamantite gear and then went into the underground ice biome to farm or get cryonic ore, then make some more upgrades by making the ornate shield with cryonic bars and the Daedalus, I think that's how that's pronounced, the Daedalus armor and the Starlight wings. Hello, cat. After getting a gear upgrade, I then decided to fight the twins, which once again was rather easy, or more easy than I expected. One of the two. And then we get visited by Drudaean, which will be way later in the game. After having the cutscene, I then upgraded my Terra Spark boots to the Angel Treads after getting materials from all 3 mechanical bosses. I also made the pickaxe axe. I then went and grabbed my seafood out of my storage and then fought the Aquatic Scourge once again, this time not dying. I know, it's kind of a shocker, don't worry, we get to the death soon. Just not now. Bosses aren't that hard yet. And after killing the Aquatic Scourge and 3 mechanical bosses along with Cryogen, I then finally decided to go into the jungle to get life hearts. Or life roots.
Yeah, he's hard to fight.
Don't you mean you're hard while fighting him?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm hard while fighting him and now I'm hard at fighting him.
After getting some life fruits, I then found my shimmer, bucketed it, then farmed for the elementals that you can get via the cloud elemental that's in the sky when it's raining in space. I don't know, kind of weird requirements. And then also the 2 sand elementals. One just being a normal sand elemental, and then a rare sand elemental. After that, I went to the left side of my underworld to where the colors change from orange to like more of a pinkish orange to fight the Brimstone Elemental, which was also pretty easy. I also got the Master Ninja gear, but I lost that footage along with the elementals. I don't know, it got corrupted, but I don't know what else you want me to say. After the Brimstone Elemental, I then expanded on some platforms with Queen Slime, and then game ended Queen Slime. Queen Slime was also pretty easy. I mean, I was probably definitely a little over-equipped for it, or over-geared. Following that, I went into the jungle to fight Plantera, and actually died once again because I'm just brain dead sometimes. Then my game froze, and then crashed. Or I had to force close it. Same thing. Great. This is fantastic. And on the third attempt, I actually did manage to kill Plantera. I also lost my game audio. After Plantera, instead of going to Golem, I decided to collect a boatload of lava, shimmer it into honey, and then instead of going straight to Golem, the cheese Golem with the honey, like where you submerge the arena in honey, I decided to fight the Calamitous clone instead, because, I don't know. It was actually quite easy. I felt it was quite easy. And after killing the Calamitous clone, that's when the Brimstone Witch starts talking to us, trying to convince us to use a weapon or something like that. I choose to ignore it, get Ashes of Calamity, which is useful for later on. And then I move into the Jungle Temple and fill the arena with honey, not realizing what changes Golem has on Infernum.
Y'all are gay.
Shut up. At least we're not playing a male character.
Yeah.
I'm fucking cool.
You like to listen to fucking groaning men in your ears whenever you get hurt? Oh.
Yeah, fucking Ram Ranch.
Oh.
I'm listening to myself groan.
Oh, yeah, that's gay.
No.
And there's not even an excuse because you can wear the male armor in this game.
Yeah.
That's not even just gay, that's gay and narcissistic.
Fucking
Yeah, oh
destroyed.
yeah. Well, you're fat.
Oh.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're retarded.
Don't yell at me.
So, I'm just kidding, I love you. When your
I
Pookie
don't.
abandons you, I will always be there.
Wolf fucking image.
You're fighting.
Yeah. It's the
What do you-
fucking wolf image on the motorbike.
Your Pookie leaves you, I'll always be there to have your back.
And after defeating Golem, I upgraded from the Ornate Shield to Asgard's Valor, which has a later crafting item for later, and then I also upgraded from the Power Glove to the Mechanical Glove. And while I was upgrading my gear, we had this amazing clip by my buddy Dingo.
Who's nutting and where's it gonna be?
Squid
And
Man.
you?
Fuck yeah.
I love my hentai monster.
I typically prefer on my back, but I'll settle for it. I'm honestly shocked there was no response after that. You guys like typically take any opportunity to say stuff when I say stuff like that.
Did not paying attention to a word you said.
I mean, I have it recorded, so...
Oh, god damn it.
Run the clip!
Run the clip.
No, stop!
And after that beautiful clip, I decided to head down into the Abyss after crafting the Celestial Shell and the Fire Gauntlet. But I did collect some Scoria ore, then crafted some Hydrothermic Armor, and also the Hadal Wings. Following that, I made some more components for the Codebreaker, then placed it on the Codebreaker, then went into the jungle to farm plague cell canisters to craft the abomination spawn, which I will use later. Then I expanded some platforms for arenas and summoned the Starweaver Astrum Deus, which was pretty easy. Following that, I went into the jungle to summon the Plague Bearer Goliath, which was also another pretty easy fight on Infernum. After that, I went over to the right side of my world on the ocean to fight Anita, and then the Leviathan as well, which is kind of annoying. Please, just let me stab you! Fuck! Rio. After killing Anita, I got the Community, which is like a gem that kind of buffs you more bosses you kill, almost like the Muramasa, but just not to the same effect. After that, I used the Astral Chunk in the Astral Biome to summon the Infected Stomach, Astrum Auroras. I think that's how that's pronounced. It's a pretty easy fight. Second try. After killing Astrum Auroras, I used the Death Whistle to summon the Ravager. Also a pretty easy fight as well. But following that, I went to go over to my ocean once again to summon Duke Fishron for his wings, and he was pretty easy by this point in the game. After defeating Duke Fishron, I did get his wings, and I went to my underground Astral Infected Biome to get Astral Ore. Following that, I went to go kill the Lunatic Cultists, which I ended up doing to get the Ancient Manipulator so then I could craft Astral Armor, which then I also did kill the Pillars, and Moonlord instantly molested my ass. Do I have at least like a minute or something? No. Shit. I actually got pretty far for not expecting him to spawn that early. And after dying to him for a second time, I did manage to get him on my third try. Now the real game begins. Oh boy. But after killing Moonlord, I then went and crafted Solar Flare Armor, after killing him another time for more Luminite. But before continuing on to the actual half of the game where Calamity really does take place, if you are enjoying and you do want to see more, leave a like and or sub. And we're really close to 5,000 subs, so you know it'd be pretty cool if we could get it to where the end of March. And if we do get it before the end of March, I'll do whatever the top comment says, if it's like a game or something realistic. So with that, let us get back to the rest of the video. Now that Moonlord has been defeated, we now have access to the final upgrade that's not just damage and crit chance. When you get the meter fully charged, you can then do what is an ult, or like the Virgil move. Following that, I upgraded my Angel Treads into Moon Treads, and then also created the Absorber, which spawns like a green radial circle thing that gives you more regen. After that, I then went to go and craft the Profane Shard, then went down all the way to the bottom right of my underworld to summon the Profane Guardians, where you have to play a little bit of Flappy Bird, kill this crystal, then you kill the Guardians. And it's a fairly easy boss, and it leads right up to my first boss with an actual substantial amount of deaths. That was cool, and also rather close. After that, I went into the arena to summon the Blaze of Absolution, Providence, which I actually died to quite a bit. Oh, that was a lot quicker than I thought. Shit. Why the fuck are you blue? Now see, what I was Now see, what I was unintentionally doing, without realizing, is whenever you summon Providence and you use her summon icon again during the beginning of her animation, she then turns blue and it basically turns every single one of her attacks into the World of Light memes that paraded around Smash Ultimate, like, you know, the beams of light.
Damn it.
Okay. No!
No! I didn't realize the fireball's from beneath. Fuck. Come on. Woo! Fuck, I don't even know what the fuck to say. It's a good boss fight.
The next one. Why am I in the fucking cuck corner, man?
After Providence, I went into the jungle to fight the Dragon Volley. Which, the Dragon Volley was a pretty easy boss. He just fucking hit you, man. Thank you. After the Dragon Volley, I decided to head over towards my Hollow Biome and also try out the Holy Collider, which is a drop from Providence, which is another true melee weapon. I ended up not really using it because I thought it'd be too slow, and I was right. This feels like it'd be way too slow for like literally anything in this mod. And after making my way towards the Hollow, I then went and challenged the Empress of Light for the Soaring Insignia.
Okay, yeah, this is already feels way too slow. I mean, these attacks are cool. Rainbow colored. But man, fuck. I want to use something else other than the muramasa.
A lot of colors. Indeed. Soaring Insignia, that's what I needed. After getting the Soaring Insignia, I then upgraded into the Ascended Insignia, then went into the jungle to farm for, or mine for, Uyabul, or Bloom, or however it's pronounced, to then create the Terrigan armor. And then I went to and upgraded, or added more platforms to my main arena, and it sped up, kind of sounded like a minigun being shot, so enjoy that. But after I slightly expanded my platform, and since I have the attention span of a fucking squirrel sometimes, I didn't realize that on my OBS that I accidentally drug another window partially onto it. So like, the next hour of me playing this game, or the footage that I have, just has a fucking void cube in the top left. You'd think I would notice something like that, but no, I wouldn't notice that. But besides that, I ended up using the Mark of Providence that you get from killing Providence to summon the Stormweaver, which is just an elemental eater of worlds. It's really quite easy. But following that, I went down into the Underworld to kill Cygnus by also using the Mark of Providence. Cygnus. And then I did that with Ceaseless Void in the dungeon. Oh, I just have to use it here. That was significantly easier. Following that, I built the Drill Containment Unit and then upgraded my Moon Striders to Void Striders. And then I also went over to the Sulfuric Sea to capture Bloodworms, which is like the Truffle Worms for Duke Fishron, but in this case, the old Duke. He was also a fairly easy boss fight as well. Oh, that was close. And after killing the old Duke, I went towards the dungeon and used the Drill Containment Unit that I recently built to mine out a big area.
And then fought the Poltergeist. I also got Zeke's Blessing, I think that's how that's pronounced, but you get this cool sick-ass armor which also changes your wings whenever you fly, or at least the animation. And the Poltergeist is also a fairly easy boss fight as well. It's like spooky Plantera. Please just let me fucking hit you. Please. Finishing below. The Poltergeist track does kind of go hard. Oh shit, yo. That was cool. Wait. How long have I had this fucking... the overlay on the OB... Motherfucker, bro. After that, I then crafted the Cosmic Worm and fought the Devourer of Gods, which I died to quite a bit as well. It's weird that there's no, like, music playing right now. Shit, is this gonna be like first try Devourer Gods? No, nope. Why in the okay. You're so... okay. Cool. Okay, that's... fuck you. Okay. It's like he knows. I feel like that's input reading. Cool music, cool boss fight. Fuck the input reading if that exists. Otherwise, that was a good time. Now that Devourer of Gods has been defeated, there is a few items that have now opened up to be able to craft endgame items. And that comes through, like, the event one. So that's the Pumpkin Moon, Frost Legion, and the Solar Eclipse. So I farmed those at least once. And after getting the Nightmare Fuel, the Exothermic Energy, and whatever the one from the Solar Eclipse is, then I'm able to craft the Ascendant Spirits, and then craft some of the more endgame items or accessories that I need that I'm going to be using all the way to the end. One of them being the Asgardian Shield, the next being the Chalice of the Blood God, followed by the Dark Sun Ring, and the Elemental Gauntlet, and along with the Godslayer armor. And after crafting all those endgame accessories and gear, I then craft the Blessed Phoenix Egg to challenge the Guardian Dragon, Yaron. Or Yaron? However the fuck you pronounce it. Holy fuck. Okay, alright, cool. No, where are you coming from? Hello, game? I'm fucking stuck. I'm stuck. Hey, there's the soundtrack everybody knows. I don't want to... He resets health. This is not fantastic. I am fucked. Yeah.
The chalice of the blood god got. By this point in time in the game, when I got to Yaron after about 10 attempts, this is also when I would start to swap out gear and experiment a lot, as I realized the bosses pretty much after this point are gonna hit like a freight train, and since I have to be right next to him to deal even any amount of damage, I'm gonna be taking a lot of damage. So what I'd end up doing is summon King Slime to act as a second health potion. And I killed King Slime a lot during these attempts when ultimately dying. Shit. Oh my god. Fuck. Dead. I'm dead. I'm dead from the blood get. Wait, he's dead? And after defeating Yaron, or at least to my surprise, I then go and craft the Rampart of Deities, along with the Sponge, and the Sponge is kind of like an overshield that recharges. Following that, I then crafted the remaining parts that I needed for the Codebreaker, which is the voltage regulation systems, and then the quantum cooling cells. I also then crafted the Auric Tesla armor, which is like a combination of 3 different armors, and you gain all the buffs from those armors. And then I tried the spear, or the true melee spear that you get from Yaron, on the XMX at least like 1 or 2 times. Ended up not liking it because, I don't know, I just didn't like it. But besides that, I did summon Jordan and then started dying to the XMX a lot. And after dying a few times to the XMX, I realized I probably should need a bigger and better arena, because like that was going to do anything considering my skill level in most games. Come on. Yes. Freedom at last. I mean, I still have 2 more bosses, but fuck. Now that the XMX are dead, I then built the Altar of the Accursed to summon the Supreme Witch Calamity, which is the final boss of Calamity, at least to this current point. Dude, those fucking...
Worm's dead. Okay.
I did not mean to summon King Slime. You're fucking me up here, bud. Okay. What the fuck was that? What was that damage?
I'm dead. It's like generally so much shit.
It's generally so much shit. I know it's not as bad as the Tohu game, and I'm not playing those.
Oh, thank
Victory is mine. It'd be really funny if there was like a second phase.
And now that Supreme Witch Calamitous is dead, we can go ahead and officially end it here. But in reality, I still have two more bosses, the Primordial Worm. Actually, no, that's the only boss. I don't know why I'm saying two. But I did have the add-on to where you could summon in Guzma, which is you summon in King Slime, then you have a Slime Rain, then you throw an Overloaded Sludge, or like the Slime God's Boss Soul, right on top of it, and it summons Guzma. I did this before doing the Primordial Worm, because when I did the Primordial Worm on Master for Ranger, it was actually kind of difficult. So, Guzma, I did on the first try though. Guzma is pretty easy and also has a pretty good soundtrack.
Second try Guzma?
But after killing Guzma, I got the armor that drops from Guzma, the Slippery Shogun armor, and then went down into the abyss. To fight the Primordial Worm. So you look for this Terminus rock here, you crack it with any pickaxe, and then you fight the worm, which was significantly easier on Infernum than it was on Master mode. I didn't do it on Death mode, but I did do Death mode later, and Death mode was significantly easier than Infernum. It's like, it's not even comparable.
That can't be it. I know this unlocks Boss Rush, but that's it for the Primordial Worm? I mean, I fucking guess.